With every year, there's always a ton of games that come out. Some are highly anticipated and very good, and others are just pretty mediocre. And then there's always that game that comes out when you least expect it and knocks your socks off. And EA's Dead Space is a game that did just that. It's the future. You're in space, and you're walking around alone on a huge ship filled with crazy zombie mutant alien creatures looking to hack you to death. What does that spell? Just the most scariest, thrilling, and one of the most exceptional games you'll ever play. Dead Space crept up on everyone and was the sleeper hit of 2008. And then it grew to become renowned as one of the scariest games ever made. Developed by EA Redwood Studios, its entertaining gameplay, awesome visuals, and great story have impressed many. So let's creep into it. You control Isaac Clarke, an engineer recruited to respond to a distress signal from the mining ship, the USG Ishimura. But soon you find the ship is deserted, your ship is destroyed, so it's up to find out what went wrong and, more importantly, how to get off. Now, I'm not ashamed to say that I screamed like a little girl whilst playing through this game. The mood of foreboding and sense of isolation it creates works so well you'll be fearing every little shadow or noise that lurks around the corner. It uses many little elements to build up suspense in gameplay, and the story is told completely without the use of cutscenes. Music is used at crucial moments to give you that little jolt, and EA have done a great job at delivering surprises when you least expect it. This game has a great deal of detail and has a real sense of beauty to it in many areas, like in the beginning credits arriving at the ship, or in one of the many parts of the ship where, like on the bridge. Isaac looks cool in his suit, and it can be upgraded through the ship's shop, but he's also very human looking, as you can see the muscles on his back and shoulders and the way he moves when he's walking. The creatures are absolutely disgusting, and you'll freak out at the sight of them. There's differing ones, of course. Some are ugly and terrifying, and others are just plain weird. Decapitations, blood is done just as good, and the sound effects really make you wince at these moments. The levels are well detailed, and you can see many influences from other space horror films such as Aliens and Event Horizon. Lighting is used superbly with shadows and darkness. Doors and little tech upgrades look cool, and it's like one of the most polished sci-fi games out there. Second to Mass Effect 2, of course. As mentioned before, the sound and music is used sparingly to give that sense of dread and isolation. And then when a creature comes out, all kinds of hell and heart-pumping jolts of wrong notes and noises are used really effectively. Isaac is a mute, but the voice acting of a few characters in this game is also excellent.
The data board is fried, but there should be a spare in the maintenance bay.
As Isaac is an engineer, he'll need to fix up different parts of the ship in order to get out, so you'll spend a good deal of time looking for certain objects to repair. But of course you've got hordes of necromorphs willing to rip you apart. Now, the cool thing about these creatures is that it's not a simple shot to the head with a laser cutter that'll kill them. No, you're going to have to chop off their limbs in order to disable them. Now, it's tricky at first, but this adds to the tension of the game. As more enemies appear and charge you, the more freaked out you'll be to try and hit those small areas on the enemy. Now, whilst a difficult game, you'll soon get access to a range of cool weapons as you collect credits and ammo from the onboard shop. Now, here you can purchase health packs, ammo and upgrades. Different enemies will need to be taken down in different ways, and the game does a good job of limiting your ammo, so you always kind of feel vulnerable. You also run into many cool areas of the ship where there's anti-gravity, so you can leap freely from wall to wall, as well as areas where oxygen is depleted, so you're in total silence. Because in space, no one can hear you scream. You also get some cool engineering gadgets like a device to make objects and enemies slow down in stasis, or a telekinesis gun to move objects or fire at an enemy, which is great to fool around with. With its great artistic style, a flawless gameplay system and an in-game atmosphere that will have you screaming at your television, Dead Space is a game you simply must experience. It's a story that is compelling and smart, graphics that have a definite beauty and realistic qualities to them, and it's amazing how a game like Dead Space can refresh a dwindling genre. Good news is that Dead Space 2 will be out late January in 2011, with even more survival horror for us to enjoy and even a multiplayer that is looking promising. So that is Dead Space as another mention in our Great Games category.